Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hello and
everyone.
welcome. Can you see my screen, Gwen? Can you see that share?
Very well.
Great. Hi, everyone. I can see people hopping in. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are glad to have you here. Wherever you are in the world, let us know. Drop us a comment in the chat. Let us know where you are, who you are, and maybe what time is it where you are. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. It is 6 o'clock in the evening here. Gwen is in somewhere far more exotic. She's just outside of Bali in Indonesia. And it's what, 8 a.m. for you there, Gwen? 8 o'clock in the morning?
8 a.m.
The whole day stretching ahead of you. So yeah, we're really glad to have you here. We're going to be learning from Gwen today all about how to market on-demand and recorded content, which is something that our users have been asking for. We're really excited to bring this to you guys. So yeah, letting us know where you're from. Oh, we've got Utah. Hi, Cami. How are you doing? And Donna. Hi, Donna from Alberta. Yeah, 6 o'clock. And we've got Surbi Sharma from Texas. It's 7 p.m. Hello. Gloucester, Massachusetts, 8 o'clock over there. Oh, we've got Australia. Hello, Amanda. And Cappy's in Washington State. I love this. I'm so bad with time zones. So seeing where everybody's, I'm like, oh yeah, left, right, east, west. Christina from Nelson, Jennifer from Florida, Mary from Massachusetts. This is so cool. Hello, everyone. And Shelby from New York State. I'm so glad we got a lot of people on the call today. This is going to be great. So if we haven't met before, I am Sinead. As I said, I'm in Calgary, Alberta. I'm a yoga teacher. My pronouns are she, her, and I also work for Offering Tree. I have an Offering Tree website. I have a couple of recorded content things on there, but I was never very good at creating them, I'll be honest. So I'm interested to hear if I could steer any traffic their way. But yeah, this is going to be a really good intro to how we can move through that with our own websites. So before I hand it over to Gwen, I'll stop rambling in a second, but we will have a Q&A at the end, and throughout the webinar, drop all your questions in the chat as usual. We will see them, we will get to them. If you're here for the replay, we'll be sharing all the links in the replay email. You will see them, and you might have an option to ask a question when you're watching the replay. And if you don't, you can always email us. It's hello@offeringtree.com, and we'll get right back to you with any questions. So without further ado, I'm just going to do my quick intro for Offering Tree. We are an all-in-one software platform. So if you are new to us, we're going to be sharing a discount offer today, but we're all-in-one software for studios and wellness entrepreneurs. So if you have a need for an organizational software that can allow your clients to book your classes, pay for your classes, you can email them, you can host your on-demand content, you can run a website and memberships and all kinds of stuff. We do it all in one place, one easy to use place. And at Offering Tree, we are different because we build our software based around our users. So we try to build a community around it, and it's more of a two-way street. And that's why we're exceptionally grateful to have you here today. And we're really, really grateful to have Gwen here to show us how we can enhance the use of that software by marketing. So that's enough from me. I'm going to hand it over to Gwen. Let me stop my screen share. There you go.
Okay, so hi everyone. Let me pull just like full screen thing. Can you see my screen? Wonderful. So hi everyone. Today we are talking about marketing, and I know it's a difficult topic most of the time because when we are yoga teachers, we don't really like usually marketing. So my name is Gwen, by the way, and I'm a ERYT 500, RPYT, YESEP, whatever certification you imagine. I probably done that. I'm a yoga teacher trainer and a yoga teacher, so I teach weekly classes in a studio in person, but I also lead teacher trainings a few times a year. And I mentor yoga teachers since 2016 to the after being a yoga teacher and how they can find a job and develop their career. So I'm based in Nusa Lembongan, which is a tiny island next to Bali. And I've built a 6-figure yoga business here in person and also online that are two different businesses. And I've helped hundreds of yoga teachers now increase their income with their online offers. And I love helping yoga teachers turn their passion into a profitable career, because I think we all know that a lot of people need yoga, but it's difficult sometimes as a yoga teacher to make it as a full-time living. And then that means that there is less yoga teachers, and I just hope that there are more of them. So to me, at the beginning, to give you like a little context, it was quite difficult to even just generate $500 a month as a yoga teacher. So if you're there, I completely get it. And now, after enrolling hundreds of students in my own in-person and then online yoga courses and getting over 50K per year as a yoga teacher, I'm sharing this all with you today. And I'm saying 50K per year and even more without doing coaching, like not the mentoring, not the thing about coaching yoga teachers business-wise. I want you to know that you can do it by just being a yoga teacher. And expanding your community, your audience, your offers, your income, that has nothing to do with luck, but more with organization and a bit of strategy, which I know it's not something that we love so much as yoga teachers, but that's something we have to do, to be honest, if we want to have a long career, which I think we all want. So how do we click? So today we'll talk about the biggest mistake yoga teachers make with marketing. And then what do you need to build your online presence and engage with your audience? Because marketing is a lot about relationships. So we're going to talk about that. And then I will help you build your marketing strategy to sell your recorded offers. So exactly what needs to go in your marketing strategy. And then we'll talk about launching or not launching. That means, do you need to launch and announce a new offer, or can you sell it evergreen? And we'll talk a bit about that. And Q&A at the end if you have any question. But if you do have question as you go, I don't actually see the chat right now, but if you have question as you go, you can put them, and we can see that at one point. So the biggest mistake yoga teachers make when marketing their yoga offers is to create offers that do not serve the same students. And it's, of course, impossible to market correctly or to be seen as an authority when you do all the time something different. Like one day you create a power yoga class bundle, then you start marketing a kids yoga class mini course, and then you have your chakra balancing yoga retreat that you want to do once a year. And that is not going to work marketing wise, and then it's not going to build your authority. Because when you do that, you need to find new students every time that you sell something. So every time you need to find a new student that would be interested in this new topic. You start from scratch again with no wait list. Oh yeah, I see it now. You start again with no wait list and create offers before being paid. Yeah. So the idea is for you, if you want to launch something first, you don't create it first. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that because I see sometimes a lot of yoga teachers, they start creating and recording things, and then they create this course that is so long. It took them like 6 months to do it. And then they're like, hey, now it's here. Do you want to buy it? And then it's a flop, because that's not how it works. Okay. So you really have to first sell the thing. And then if it sells, then you can create it. On this point also, that might sound scary, being like, oh, but how many people do I need before deciding to create it? And you can put a minimum number, like the first time you can run a beta and say, hey, like, I'm going to run a beta test for a course. I need 5 people, and it's going to be super cheap, like with a lot of discount for you to record, maybe even live this thing with them. But if you start spending months or weeks creating something and you don't sell it, like, it's very difficult and also quite hard to feel motivated after that to do that again. And then also when you do that, when you change all the time what you do, like, okay, here's a handstand course, now here's a prenatal course, here is a yoga class for everyone, here's chair yoga, you're not seen as an expert or authority, because you can't be good at everything. I'm not good at everything. I think we're not all we may be a bit good at everything, but we're not great. Yeah. So you want to find like what is the one thing that you're great at, and that's the thing that you're going to market and focus on, especially online. Yeah. And because here today we're talking about online, on demand, and this is so different how we market and sell this than how we do it in person. And I tell you this because I have also built a six-figure also in person, and we don't market the same way. Like we must have no social media. I don't even post every month on social media for this one. Like it's completely different what you have to do in person and what you have to do online. So instead, what you need to do is you need to find what transformation you want to facilitate. And so some people speak about niche for that. I'm just a bit over the word, to be honest. I think like find your niche, find your niche. So I like find what transformation you want to facilitate. And so that means how do you want to help people? Because let's say even something like yoga for golfer, it seems like it's a niche, you know, but this is also not often very easy to market because you need to find more of a transformation. So if I give you an example, that would be you want to help men that are over 50, that are CEO, that work over 10 hours a day, and that find they have no time for their family, like they don't see their family and they just spend their own all time working, and that are very stressed, and you want to help them find more balance and be able to, I'm inventing, yeah. So be able to cut from the pressure of work when they go home and to let work behind them as soon as they go home. And at the moment, maybe they're not able to do that. You see, like that's a clear transformation. I know that if I work with you, I know what I'm going to get from working with you. And that's, you can do that with yoga classes, like short meditation, a bit of mindset. There are so many different ways, of course, like for this transformation, but that could be any transformation. To give you another example, you could have a prenatal woman that is very stressed from her pregnancy. Not all women that are pregnant are stressed. That's why like this is what is particular about this woman, because you need to be particular. And you help her find peace, be comfortable with moving, because some women are so stressed during their pregnancy that they don't think they should even move and do things, you know. But actually you need to move, and it's good. So you want maybe to help them with that, and maybe also help them with the birthing. And so maybe your transformation is to help her feel empowered during her pregnancy and not stressed and anxious about everything, and helping her have an empowered birth. This is going to be super different than another woman that is also pregnant, but that loves to move. She does, while being pregnant, she does free diving, power yoga classes, and she doesn't care at all about being precious, you know, or being careful, because for her, she is comfortable with that. So the transformation is very different, and having a niche like pregnant woman, that's not even enough at the moment to really market with a big impact. Commit to it. So once you have a transformation, commit to it. Like if you start changing after a month, okay, no, finally I'm going to do the woman that wanted to do handstand. Oh no, finally I'm going to do kids yoga. I love that. Oh no, I'm pregnant now. I'm going to do prenatal yoga. If you just start to change all the time, it's normal that your audience doesn't have the time to build and your authority. And people, when they look at your profile, and they start looking at what you do online, they're going to see that you did so many things before. So maybe you're not the best person to help them, because everyone wants a specialist. Yeah, it's like when you have pain in your teeth, you don't go to see your general doctor, you go to see the dentist. Yeah. You want to communicate also and create free content that serves this transformation. And we'll see where to find and where to talk about this free content and how to create that maybe a little bit later. And then also create offers with different price levels that reflect their access to you. So if you have yoga classes that are on demand, that's no access to you. So that needs to be quite cheap. Yeah. Then if you had a second offer where they could have a private, then of course that's more expensive because there is an access to you. Maybe then they have access to a mini course that is pre-recorded on one of this transformation. And then that's a bit more expensive than the package because it's going to give them a transformation. And then if you add one to this, it's going to be more access to you and more result for them. So of course it's more expensive. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Okay, let's move on. So now that this is clear, let's talk about the marketing. So building your online presence. And I know this is a big subject for everyone. So what do you need is you need some of that. You don't maybe need all of it, but I think on the long term you would. So a website, and that can be, for example, with offering tree, like your digital home base needs to be attractive and easy to navigate. If you don't like the look of your website, it's probably because it doesn't look like you. So you want to have to work a little bit on that to make it like, oh, wow, it's easy to navigate. I know where I can click to learn about her, I know, or him, I know where to click to see how to work with this person. You want to make it easy, not like a labyrinth of pages. Yeah. Social media, you need social media if you want to sell online stuff. I'm sorry to say it, because if you didn't want to be on social media, it is possible, but it's just going to be a little bit more complicated, but it is still possible. So let's, as I say that, I see also that it is possible, but it is going to be a powerful tool for you to reach to a larger audience and engage with them. So social media is to engage. If you don't want to engage, then you don't have to be on social media, but you will need a lot of native content. So that's everything that is searchable. Yeah, like a podcast, blogs, YouTube. If you Google things like prenatal woman course anxious, and you have a podcast episode about what to do when you are anxious during pregnancy, they might find your podcast or the blog or the YouTube video. Then on social media, if you did a post on Instagram about that, no one is going to find it, yeah, except if they click on your profile and find the social media post. That's why it's very important for you to also have a little bit of different ways and a way that feels good for you. If you don't want to be on Instagram, I would say don't be. If you don't want to be on Facebook, don't be. If you don't want to be on YouTube, don't be. If you don't like podcasts, don't have a podcast. But you will need to find some ways to drive traffic to your website, to your offers. You need a way. And that's then you need to keep your students engaged. Yeah, if people are not engaged, like after a while, they start looking also somewhere else. So what you need to focus on is first, email marketing, to me, is more important than social media. Social media that can help you actually share free resource, share freebie, in exchange also often about your freebie, and then you collect the email, and then you can have a relationship with the email, because that's really a direct line to your students. And everyone sees their email. Not everyone is going to see the post that you have on social media. You also want to focus on highlighting success stories. Like in terms of content, and we'll talk a little bit about it in marketing, you don't want the 3 tips to stop your low back pain, or it's not working so much. Yeah, you need now to have different type of content, and I will also show you a bit how. And then content, it's key. Okay, you need quality and consistency to make the difference. If you feel like you burn out from posting, which is something very real, it's because you're doing it too much for yourself. So you have to slow down. If you post 7 times a week and you feel like you need a break every 2 months, then maybe just post 5. Or if you post 5 and you need a break, just post 3. better to be consistent and to have quality about what you share instead of feeling, oh, I have to post. What can I post about? You shouldn't even wonder what you're supposed to post about if you are clear with the transformation of your clients and if you are clear with what you sell. But I know it's easier say than done. Okay, so here's a post. I actually added that just before this. It's a post that I shared yesterday on my Instagram, and I wanted to unpack that a little bit because also I saw Feng Shui sharing it, and I think it goes very well with what we're talking about today. So if you have a quiet audience online and how to make it super engaged, you first need to understand that people, they are a bit like looking at people. It doesn't mean that if they don't engage with your content, that doesn't mean that they don't see it. First of all, like Instagram people, they're there, they wake up, they do this. So you'd say they go in the toilet, they do this, like it's not something that they're like, oh, I have a big problem in my life. Let me check the answer on Instagram. Okay. So if your platform is Instagram, you have to understand that they go there for, yes, sometimes being educated a little bit, but they mainly go for entertainment. So you want to be super specific to be able to catch also their attention. So if you're selling something, step one, decide what offer you want to sell at this moment, not everything. For example, if you want to sell a 3rd trimester prenatal yoga course, like the example here, then step two, think about what words will speak to your audience in a way that sounds exciting. For example, if I'm in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy, things like smooth delivery, natural birthing, or maybe gentle labor, that sounds great. That sounds what I want. I don't want something bad for my delivery. Yeah. So then you want to think, when you have those words that seem so exciting, that's exactly what they want. No one wants, let's just say, 3 tips to, I don't know, do Trikonasana. Yeah, that no one wants that. Maybe if you're a yoga teacher, you're interested on like how to improve your Trikonasana, but if not, you will probably not be. So how do you want to share this with them is the step 3. Let's say here, I could say, you could share the gentle labor formula from your course and say, here is the gentle labor formula. That sounds so good. I'm like, oh, wow, there is a gentle labor formula. That means I can have a gentle labor. Like, this is something I want to hear about. Okay. Not how to do Trikonasana in your 3rd trimester. Stop posting cold educational content. Like, that's it, like no one wants to engage so much with 3 tips to fix your shoulder pain. If they are at the time that they're ready to invest, they really want to buy something, like they're sick of having shoulder pain. They don't want 3 tips to fix it. They want that it's actually fixed. So then you want to change it for that. Like, how Emma fixed her shoulder pain in 14 days. This is, in terms of marketing, which is your messaging, a lot more powerful. If you want to attract ready-to-pay customers, you need to speak to them. Yeah, you need to really be on point with this. You also want to share easy-to-follow CTA, so call to action, like the thing with clicking the link in my bio, like that doesn't work so much. Yeah, that doesn't work in terms of engagement. It's not going to build up responses, and so the algorithm on any social media platform will see that people, they don't do anything after looking at your post, so it might not be a good post. So you want something where it makes them save, or it makes them like, or it's made them comment something, so they see that there is an action that is being taken, and they're going to show it to more people that are this exact same person, because that's what they want, the algorithm. Like, they just want to be able to show content that engage people and makes people stay on the app. That's it. So to get an engaged community online, you need to stop trying to educate everyone, because they're not on this platform to find education so much. Okay. A little bit to have an aha moment. Like, let's say this post, to me, it's not educational. That's more to create like an aha moment of like, wow, that's exactly what I do, and I'm supposed to stop doing that. And and more to build authority. You want to also talk to them like your friends. Like to me, the way that I talk to you is, and on my post also, is like I talk to all my friends that are yoga teachers. You want to talk to them like in a close way. We're not like up there and they're down there. Yeah, we're all in the same level, trying to help each other. Engage with them. If they comment something, comment back and say something. You know, it's not being salesy. You're not selling most probably anything also at the moment. It's just to build conversation. Make it entertaining and use your Instagram stories. That's also where we build connection. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about organic marketing, because that's truly what this is all about. So organic marketing is when you share your own content. That's when you also talk about your offers. That's you sharing things. Paid marketing, on the other side, is when you pay then to amplify your reach. It's not recommended until you have good organic result. I see CTA. CTA means call to action. Yeah. I will look at the question actually after. Sorry. So paid marketing. If you don't reach people already and you're not able to sell your offers with organic marketing, meaning with your content that you create, I will not recommend you to do paid marketing, because it means that your messaging is not working. So by showing this same message to thousands more people, it's still not going to work more, because those people, they don't even know you. Like the one in your organic marketing, let's say on your social media platform, let's say you have 100 followers, you post something and no one engaged with it. Like people seen it, but no one engaged with it, no one likes it. And those people, they know you, they take your yoga classes, like they're more ready to even if they don't really like the content, just because it's you, you know, and they want to support you. So imagine now you put this same post in front of thousands of people that don't know you, they're not going to engage at all with it. So you only want to do paid marketing when you need to show this things that is already working to more people. And collaboration marketing is when you get to be in front of someone else's audience. Like for example, today I'm in front of this audience that is not mine. This is collaboration. And same like when I share offering tree to my community, that's collaboration. And I think to me, you also need to have a clear messaging for collaboration to work, because imagine now I'm doing this presentation and then you're like, oh, cool. I want to check more. You go on my Instagram and then you see I post about a handstand course, and then I post about my dog, and then I post about, I don't know, something else. You will then not, you'll be like, oh, I'm not going to follow. That's not what I want. Because if you hear what you want is to do more, like sell more offers, you want to sell the offers that you're creating online that are recorded. So if you go on my profile, you will feel better if that's what you see, right? So when you do collaboration, you also want to have done your organic marketing before, that your message is clear. And if someone click on something, like they're going to find what is expected. So how can you use organic marketing? You have to create content that is specific to your niche. The niche, the transformation, like all of that. Not all content is good content. Sometimes it's better not to post, okay, than posting something that is just one of these like random posts that you could see that on Google as like a blog, you know, and that's more like to build traffic on a website that is really to be read, like the 3 tips for low back pain, you know. And it's not going to, you know, there is not 3 tips that is going to take away your low back pain. If not, no one will have low back pain anymore. So you want to have content that is like, wow, this really helps me. You want to look at your insights. So every week or every month, you want to look at the results from your content. If you have no results, meaning you have no growth, you're not nurturing, you're not selling anything, you have to sell something. You have to change something, sorry. If things are not working, you have to change it. Stop doing the same thing again and again, hoping to have different results. Like you are a smart cookie, you all know this already. Yeah, if something is not working, after a while, stop like pushing against the wall of resistance, and you have to like pivot a little bit and try another way. And if you're not sure about other ways, then that's where you ask for help. Yeah, we all get help. Like no one is born like a marketing guru. We all learn and have coaches and take courses and enroll in programs and in mentorship. Okay. It's normal to not know everything. No one does. And then use it for community. It's important to build a real community where people, they feel seen and understood. You want your platform to be where they go for solutions, like something where they feel like, oh, you know, at the moment, it's not working for me as a yoga teacher. Like, I don't know what to do. They can go, let's say for me, I want them to go on my platform, listen to my podcast, feel motivated, or go on the Instagram account and they see like something that resonates with them. So they feel understood. And same, let's say for you, your transformation is for people that have low back pain. That's what you want. You want them to maybe tune into your podcast and feel like, wow, it's normal that my journey is like, since a year, I'm struggling with this. I have to remember it's a long journey. It's normal. So you want to build this sense of community. Okay, so market your on-demand classes and recorded offerings. So now we're more into like building our marketing strategy as we almost there, recapping at the end. So what you want is to know your audience. This is really important to understand their needs, and what they need and what they want is often different. Okay, for you, for example, if I can ask you what you want, almost all of you will probably say, I want more students. But I know that what you need is not just more students. Yeah, for me, what you need is better marketing. But I'm not going to tell you this in a post because you will be like, no, I don't like marketing. Okay, so I'm going to do a post more than on how to attract more students. Okay, so you have to understand this because that's how you're going to have their attention. Then you want to understand their preferences and their habits. And this you can use surveys or feedback or doing polls in your Instagram or Facebook stories, or look at your social media insight to start seeing like, what do they prefer? Do they prefer when you do a live, when you do a podcast? Do they tend to go online in the morning or in the evening? That will help also you to post at a better time. You want to set clear goals, like what do you want to achieve really? Is it a number of subscribers? And if it's this, I really want to ask you why, like why do you need more followers or subscribers? Because if you have already like 100 followers, let's say, or subscribers on your email list, why are you not able to convert them into paying students right now? And this is more what you have to focus on, because if you now have, I don't know, if you have at the moment 1,000 followers and tomorrow I give you 10,000, what are you going to do with them? Is it the same? You have to grow slowly for this, because you have to understand, what do I have to do every time someone follows me, let's say on Instagram? What do I have to do? What do they go through? What is this path? What do they click on? How do they learn about me? How do they learn about my offer? You have to figure this out before having 10,000 people. If not, you're not going to convert anyone. And because there will be so many, you will not have the ability to connect so much with them. It's easier to connect with a smaller community. Choose also the right channels. Decide where to promote your offerings based on where your audience spends time. So Instagram, Facebook, email, YouTube, there are so many ways now. And I also want to encourage you to choose a platform where you like to spend time on. If you don't like Instagram, you know, you're not going to like creating reels, being on your stories, created carousel and do your feed. You're not going to like that. If you don't like Facebook groups, you're not going to like being in one. You want to find that your first platform, and that's very important to not have many at the beginning. So you have one, and that's where you want to spend time. Okay. You don't need to spend a lot of time. I only spend 1 hour a day on social media. So 5 hours a week. So you don't need to spend a lot of time, but you need to be intentional on how you spend your time. So I'm not going to scroll on Instagram, obviously. If not, my hour is going to go very fast. Create a content calendar. You need to plan your content ahead of time. Sometimes you can plan the entire content, and that's more if it helps you to stay organized. If not, you can simply plan a lot of content ideas that you know are good, and then you can just pick one for the day or for the week, and just make sure that you stay consistent and that your content is of quality. Then you want to monitor and adjust. That means keep an eye on your metrics. That's why you need to have more a business version usually of the platforms where you are. So on Instagram, you can check your insight if you have like a business one. On Facebook, it's more, you can see in your Facebook group, like the insight also on like where people are online and what they usually go more in your Facebook group, and you want to post something on this day. Like you can see all of the things. You cannot just guess, okay? And then you look what needs to be adjusted, and you adjust everything. It takes time. Marketing takes time, because this is what is going to sell. And if you don't do this, there is no point on then spending 3 weeks recording your course or your yoga pack, because you're not going to have that done. And so they're not going to buy it. So it's better to spend 3 weeks there on this. And then when they buy it, you start spending 3 weeks creating it. So usually the main question is, okay, but what to post to sell my recorded classes or offers? So let's talk about that. Your content is going to be unique because your teaching, your classes, and your offers are also unique. I don't encourage you to buy a content calendar and to do that, and to just, copy paste something. That doesn't work, because they need to understand who you are through your content. And if you think that this is difficult to do, it is difficult to do, because we often actually don't know how to express who we are, express how my offers are going to help you. And that's why you want to spend some hours thinking about it. How is this offer going to change for someone live or someone practice? There are a few elements that your students, they need to see and understand before taking the plunge and buying your on-demand classes or your courses. So before buying, they need to see some of the stuff that are important. So let's see that. First, the essential is the timing. There is a good time and a wrong time to announce something, okay? As a note for myself, I wrote, let's take the hobby example. So let's take it. And so picture with me like the scenario. You imagine like a mom with her 3 kids at home, and she's running around. 2 kids were sick. The other one, there was no school on these days. It feels like chaos. She's overwhelmed. She was already tired. She had to work from home, and she stayed at home like this whole day trying to work and deal with everyone and the vomit and all of the stuff that are great when you're mom with kids that are sick. And then the hubby, the husband, the partner, whoever comes home in the cliche scenario, comes home. He didn't stay at home and work from home. No, he was at his office, lucky him, on this day. And he comes at home and he say, hey, sorry, I'm going out play poker with my mates. And what do you think is the reaction of the mom to that? Not very welcoming on this announcement, yeah. But if we take this exact same situation and now we change how the announcement was made, the hubby in this scenario came home and was like, oh wow, it seems like you had such a hard day. The kids were like this. My God, let me run a bath for you. Here you are in your bath now. Put the kids to bed. Give her a kombucha or a glass of wine, whatever you prefer. And then say, are you good now? Like, do you feel rested? Oh yes, thanks. Like now I just want to have a break in my bath. Okay. Is that okay now if I go with my mates and play poker? Yes, please get out now. Now it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time to announce that he's going to go out with his mates, because a lot of things have been done before. So all of this to say, you can't just say like, hey, here, buy my things. That doesn't work, okay? You also need to understand that to buy, they need to already know, like, and trust you. And you can do this with your content. This, you can do it very fast, depending on like what pieces of content you have out and how much of your personality you let out when you speak. Or you can do that with a more long-term schedule where maybe they receive a welcome email knowing about you and there is more things. So this process can be fast or slow. It depends of you, but the know, like, trust is something very basic in marketing, because that's how they get to buy from you. They're not going to buy from you if they don't like you, obviously. And if everybody likes you, it's how to say that? Online, it means that your personality is not out enough, okay? The idea is not that everyone likes you or likes your classes, because if not, it means they're not really with your personality. And then for the trust, they need to trust that they will get this transformation from you. So I need to trust that you will help me get rid of my low back pain, let's say. The essential also third part is the customer journey. It's not enough anymore to post 3 tips to get rid of your back pain, okay? Like, you need to be in the head. And so another way to replace that will be to say, to do a post on, you wake up and once again, you can't stand up, you know, you have tears in your eyes, like you can't handle it anymore. Like, what can you do for this back pain? And then you take your phone because you can't move from out of the bed, you start scrolling, and then you see those posts about like 3 tips to get rid of your back pain. And you're just sick of it, because what you want is a real solution. That's interesting, you know. The 3 tips, it's not interesting anymore. It was maybe like 3-5 years ago, because there was less people doing this. Now there's so many people using social media. It's to market their offers, and so many yoga teachers that you need to be specific, and not enough yoga teachers are. So if you're being specific, you're going to stand out very quickly. Now, about launching or not, if it's a new offer, you will need to do a launch, okay? And a launch that includes some specific pieces of content to be released at specific dates, okay? Like the preparation. And this, like, I teach it like in my bigger program, it takes like a while. So I'm not going to tell you that I can go into that much depth into 2 minutes, because even if I wish, I know it's not going to transfer the depth of it. But to be quick, like, if you know that your audience is know you, they like you, they always engage on your content, your launch is going to be very fast. You can launch an offer in 1 week. But if you know that they're not really engaging with your content, you're not sure the right people are actually following you, and so you're going to need to build up more this community before actually announcing your offer and making the all, you need to know me, you need to like me, you need to trust me. That's going to take at least 2 months. And you need on specific days to release some specific type of content to have this know, like, and trust, and not a piece of content to trust me before knowing me. Yeah, so that's why, like, it's quite specific how to market and how to launch. And that's why you cannot invent it. Like, I promise, it was very annoying for me too, because you actually need to ask help for other people to teach you how to do it. Like, it is very specific. And so, yes, the length of your launch depends on your audience temperature. So what if you do not want to launch? And that's totally possible. Like, there are many courses that I don't launch myself that are more evergreen. So you do not need to launch if it's not a new offer. Okay, if you're not creating a new offer, you don't need to launch. However, selling will be more difficult because there is no urgency, like the FOMO, you know, fear of missing out. There is none of this. And to me personally, I don't really like FOMO. I don't really like that people buy or enroll in my things because they have to, because I don't want people to make a bad decision just because they were scared of missing on something. I want that they take the time and it's really something that they needed. So, but the first time to build offer awareness, meaning that people know about your offer, you're most probably going to have to launch it. And you need a clear content strategy that can support your evergreen business model and create passive income if you don't launch. Okay, I'm giving you an example now to make it a little bit more digestible. All the courses that I have that are online yoga courses, I'm not launching them. Okay, so I have people buying, let's say, my Ashtanga online course or my pranayama meditation course and buying my courses like that, which is not something that I market, because either I have collaboration and partners that sell those courses also for me now, or I can release some pieces of content that talk a little bit about it, and I don't really have to do a launch because I will do it to a community that already know me. So they already did classes with me in person, or maybe they took another of my course online. So it's easy to sell because they already know, oh, I like how she teaches, so I'm just going to take more courses. So I don't need to launch. But if I'm going to release a new offer, I have to explain what it is. Is it for you? Like, it's a lot bigger. And so this is the launch if you have a new offer or if you want to relaunch. So for example, one of my program Elevate, which is like a bigger program because it's like a 6 months coaching for yoga teachers, I sell it all year round. So I have yoga teachers joining like every single month this program. So it's evergreen. But I do relaunch it twice a year, usually, where I do more of like an effort of speaking all of my content about this program to also build a bit more momentum, okay? So you have to see where you are. You can't just start with evergreen, okay? You have to first start with launching, and then you are able to make it evergreen after launching. I feel I'm saying so many information, so I hope take what you need, leave on the side what you don't need. Now, overcoming challenges when marketing online yoga offerings. So to me, the main challenges that I see is differentiation, like how to stand out in a crowded online market. And to me, that's really focusing on what is unique from you. And we call that the unique selling proposition. And that's what I was talking about, like your transformation. What is unique about you? You're not just helping pregnant women do yoga. You have pregnant women that are anxious about moving and about giving birth to feel empowered and confident. This is not every single class for prenatal that are going to focus on that. So you want to be different. Then a main challenge also is to build a community, to keep your audience engaged, to have this sense of belonging, you know, like in an online community. It's not easy, especially on Instagram, where it's so one-way marketing. You know, you post stuff, but no one really replies to you. It's not like a Facebook group. Facebook group is more community. So to create an online community, you have to foster this sense of community by asking for engagement. On Instagram, that will be more in your stories. That's where you can build this sense of community, not really on your feed. And you can have also, Facebook groups that also works. We want a way that they can exchange with you. One of the main challenges is also loneliness and overwhelm. This is very common for yoga teachers. I will say, get some help, go to Facebook group, ask questions, enroll in a business coaching. It is normal to feel lonely, overwhelmed. There's so much stuff. And I don't know why we all want results like today. And we're like, okay, I'm going to do it. And we think like, okay, I'm going to post and I'm going to do that. And then 1 month later, we're like, why did nothing happen? Yeah, well, because there are so many factors. It can work in a month, but it depends so much on where you're at. Sometimes it might take 6 months. Also, what is your own energy? Like when you're giving that, are you on an energy of like lack, and you really can feel sometimes people that they want to sell this spot so much, you know, that it almost feel like they need you as a customer, and it feels quite repelling when you want to buy something and people need you to buy it. Yeah, so you also want to to sell from a place of abundance, okay? Which is again difficult when we try to sort all of the things by ourselves. So definitely go into Facebook group. There's so many Facebook group now for yoga teachers, and the one from Offering Tree, if it's a question for Offering Tree. I also have a Facebook group. It's called Elevate Yoga Career. And yoga teachers go in there and just ask stuff. Hey, I want to sell my yoga retreat. Who sold already yoga retreat? How you do it? Find ways to have answers and to not feel like you cannot do it, because you can do it, but you have to do a bit of the marketing. And yeah, so without any transition, apparently, before going into our recap, I wanted to also talk about those offers that I told you about a little bit, and those are mine, but that's also what I recommend you to build for your own business, is to have different type of offers, like I was telling you, that offer different pricing. So you see, for me, a yoga teacher that will come into my world can come into 3 different programs with different access to me, and also different price and different things in it. But it serves the same yoga teachers that want to have some offers that are online and want to sell them. A lot of the yoga teachers I work with work also in person. That's what I do also. I have stuff in person, I have stuff online. So what I want you to see is that you can build different offers that helps the same person. And what that helps also is that there's people, they're going to be the same person. A lot of the people, for me, let's say my mini offer is the 50K method. And this is to teach you how to make 50K in a year. And that helps you to find your niche, like your transformation, create the suite of offers like this, like offer 1, 2, and 3. What do you need to create and how to price them? And so this is like a $40 offer. So I have a lot of people taking this. And once they take this, they can choose that they make it by themselves, or then they can go into the next offer. And a lot of them then take effortless content because they realize they need to create content like marketing. And you don't want to do it just by yourself. You want an easy way to do it. And the easy way is exactly what I created in this offer, which is more like a mid offer at like $200. Yeah. So you want to think also that the more you give and the more complex it's going to be and the more transformation they're going to get, then the more price go into it. And then, so that's like 40, that's like 200 something. And this one is 1,099.7, so like 2,000. Because that's more like a 6-month program where I'm going to help them also individually, while being in a group program, actually create and sell those offerings. And hundreds of yoga teachers have done this program now and have successfully launched their offer online. So you see, there are different things. They all serve the same client. They're not serving someone that want to do handstand and someone that want to do back pain and someone that wanted to learn business. You have to be quite straightforward with your offers. And of course, if you want to learn more about any of those offers, you can check on my website at yogacareerwithgwen.com. And I'm sure you will have the link. But I also wanted to share that with you so you see how organizing your offers can help so much your marketing. Because to me, when I market something, I actually market everything. Because I market one transformation, the transformation of a yoga teacher that need to sell more stuff online so they can build a little bit more income. The recap now, let me see how we do for time. So good. So the recap, your reminders for today is you need to have a clear transformation. That's your niche. Like you need to just have one clear transformation if you want to market your recorded content. This transformation, it doesn't have to do anything with what you do in person, because now you're marketing to people that are all over the world, not just in your city. Yeah. So you need to have a clear transformation for the online stuff that you're going to sell. Then you need to know your potential students so well for your messaging to be impactful and to give you result. You need to know how to communicate online. And then you need to be organized and have a clear intention with your content. This is very important, to be organized. If not, you will feel overwhelmed. You feel like you always have so much stuff to do because you're doing them in a random order. Okay, so you need to be quite organized if you want to make it, because if not, you're going to overwork and then you're going to give up because you will feel this is too much work and I get no result. And this is only because of a lack of organization and clear intention with the task that you do. This is it.
This is awesome, Gwen. I've got questions. So everyone, if you have questions, get them in the chat. But one thing that occurred to me when you were talking about assessing interest before launching, I actually signed up to somebody's waitlist today for a class, for like a workshop for teaching yoga. And I thought, oh, is that how that person has done it? Because it's still like, oh, it's going to launch sometime in September. Register here. So is that how they're doing it? Do you think a waitlist is a good way to?
Oh, 100%. Like in the launch strategy that I teach, you do a waitlist. You have to, because it helps you quite, if not, it's quite stressful to launch something and you don't know if anyone that is already here is interested. You can do a waitlist with a clear date saying the course will start at this date, or I will announce something on this date. Or you can have an ongoing also waitlist, but you need also to promote this waitlist in your content so people know that there is this waitlist. But yes, that's how you have to do it to launch something.
Okay, cool. That's good to know, because I know you can do waitlists in Offering Tree as well, which is something we introduced recently. So that's helpful. And what do you think about having free videos as part of your on-demand offerings? Is it worth having like a free intro video? You know, when you talk about building like the know, like, and trust factor and how tricky it is, does an online sort of taster video of what you do, is that useful, do you think? Or is it giving away the goods?
I think it depends on what you sell. So if you do sell a membership, like you don't really sell so much of a transformation, but you sell like quite a library, then it's nice for people to have an eye in the library. So either having like a 7-day trial on some videos, or having at least one video where they see how you teach, and if they like it, they can take this. Mm-hmm. When you do offer a transformation, however, you will most probably not want to have a free yoga class, because they're not going to have any wins really from it. So let's say if my focus was for, and that again will depend, that's why it's so individual, you know, but if you have low back pain as the transformation, you know, and you want to have people to not have low back pain, like they're able to move in a way that do not create low back pain for them, you will most probably not want to just have a yoga class, because once they will do the yoga class, they might still have low back pain. Mm-hmm. And so they're not going to maybe have the idea that they will get result, because you know it takes longer. So you want to give something as a free resource that is quite different than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and quite meaningful. I like that. And so the Instagram post that you shared there, I shared it on our social media yesterday, and I took a tip from it. I was like, oh, we always say that go to link in bio. I'm going to say comment below, and it worked. I was like, oh my gosh, this actually works. Now, for know, like, and trust, what do you think about reels versus posts? That occurred to me because when I'm looking at reels, I might sometimes click on somebody's bio and then it say, oh, to their page, and it shows you more of their stuff. Like, do you think reels versus posts, or both on Instagram? Does it matter?
I think they're all good. Reels are still better to build growth. So if what you are looking at is to grow your community with new people, often reels has a better reach. But I will say it's good to have a bit of everything. A bit of carousel, a bit of a single post, like just one post that doesn't have a carousel. It can be a picture of you, or that can be a graphic with some text, and then some reels, and ideally some lives, also to build the community aspect. And lives, to me, that's what really helps the know, like, and trust, because they see you speak for a longer amount of time. So they will like or not how you speak and what you do. They're going to trust you more because you're going to give more content when you're speaking than in a carousel with 5 sentences, and then knowing you, they will know your voice, they will see your expression, like they feel that they know you more. To me, to give you an example, like I have, like especially in the Facebook group, so many people that came in, then there is like 80 maybe free training inside the Facebook group when they go into the guide section. And some of them say like, I feel like I know you, and they just, since like 2 days in the Facebook group, because they've binge watched like hours of my content. So you also want to have this ability for people to have a quick way to have this, to know you.
Yeah, no, that's great advice. And we're getting a couple of comments here. So from Kelly, yes, completely agree. This is why I've resisted sharing full classes, as the transformation I offer takes time and dedication. That's exactly it. And share in the chat for us. What were your key takeaways today, everyone? I see a message from Lynn. I'm sorry you didn't get the link, Lynn. Lynn is in our chat here, and it was Lynn who was one of the people who requested this. And yes, the replay will be coming out. It will be tomorrow before it gets out, but I'll get it uploaded first thing in the morning for everyone. And Diane had a question. Let me find it and see if you can speak to this. Gwen, it's, as a male yoga retreat owner, teacher, how do I deal with the vast majority female clientele dealing with subliminal discrimination from other owners and clients? That's a big question. Yeah,
and I see that there is a second part of this message. For instance, I had a yoga day locally with other all female yoga studio owners, and had a really good promo class for my retreat, all agreed to my organizer. Then she suddenly told me not to do the class, to do a chakra meditation instead. It didn't make sense. She argued, then relented, then blocked me from selling merch, t-shirt, caps, promoting my retreat, saying it wasn't about my business. I complained to the organizer and was told I was rude and demanding and selfish and to not come. I think that sounds more like, to me, but I don't know the situation, more like a personal thing, So I don't know the context. So it's very difficult to know sometimes when, if it's because you were a male or because there was something, that happened. So I'm not sure how I can help you exactly with this, because that sounds very, very personal.
Yeah, that's a tricky one for sure. Well, thank you everybody for being here today. Oh, Cammie's got one. I teach yoga and self massage to help people feel better. I know my audience is broad. My unique method helps so many different people, creating many different transformations. So even though I have a unique method, my audience is broad. What do I do?
Yeah, so this, for example, that's why you want to have a clear transformation. And it doesn't mean that the transformation is a very specific person. So for you, let's say your transformation is more like that the tool you use is self-massage and yoga, and that's completely fine. But feel better is too wide, as it's not your audience that is broad, it's the result. And so a lot of people, if you tell them, come into my program, I help you feel better, it's too general. How does that look, feel better for you? Because when you feel better, it's probably on something. And some people feel better can feel a different way. So you want to be more specific with that. It's not your audience, it's the point B of your transformation that you need to work on, like what is the end result for them.
That's cool. And Gwen, I have a link to your Facebook group. I can share it in the replay email if that's good with you, if anyone wants to join and learn some more. And I shared Gwen's links down there. So yeah, I think I shared it already, Donna. Let me see. Donna's asking if I can share. I'm going to share everything again, and it will come out in the replay email. Hold on, let me copy here, paste over here. And thank you everyone for being here today. And if you know someone who needs a software, if you know a studio, or if you work for a studio that needs a software, send them our way. We're still doing a really good deal for our studios, and we're building up that side of the business too. We've got more webinars coming your way, of course. The next one is about websites again. It's going to be on August 29th, so more info coming on that, and it's with a fantastic host who really specializes in how to make your website into an experience, which kind of ties in with this topic. It's about being more interactive and building that know, like, and trust factor. So Mary's saying thank you. Kelly's saying thank you. I know a bunch of people said thank you earlier and I missed them. So thank you, everybody. Always remember, you can message us at hello@offeringtree.com. You can get in touch with Gwen with the links I've shared there. And yeah, thanks so much, Gwen. That was amazing. I made so many notes. I'm going to share them with everyone.
Thank you so much to everyone. I see also that Shelley or some others have questions. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram with your question about the webinar, and I would be happy to answer it. Perfect. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a great day over there, Gwen, and have a great evening or day wherever everyone else is. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.